Traffic fatalities are one of the leading causes of unnatural death in the United States, with more than 30,000 Americans dying on the nation's roadways and highways every year. But unlike plane crashes or homicides or terrorism, people have come to accept traffic deaths as part of modern life.
We have about 600 to 800 fatalities a year in Oklahoma on traffic fatalities. Nationally, it's between 30 and 40,000 a year. To put that in some perspective, you have roughly about 150 fatalities a year in the entire United States from plane crashes and 1,000 in the whole world. So you're talking about almost as many deaths from traffic fatalities in 1 year in Oklahoma as in the entire world in plane crashes.
The Oklahoman's Brian Dean has been speaking with psychologists and traffic experts about why people don't understand the dangers they face when they get behind the wheel.
Well, there's a couple things at play here. For one, traffic wrecks tend to kill one person at a time. It's rare that you have a double fatality, and even rarer, very rare to have more than that. When you have a plane crash or a terrorist attack, typically it's what they call a mass casualty event. You're going to have lots of people killed. It attracts a lot of media attention, and that means people get these images that have a lot of emotion associated with them, and it tends to stick in their brain. And the next time they get on a plane, they can easily call up that image in their brain of that last plane crash they saw on the news.
But what about control? We all feel we're excellent drivers. After all, we all drive at 10 and 2, right? But there are distractions. There's Twitter, there's email, there's texting, phone calls, just the normal distractions on the roadway. But on an airplane, we can't even see in front of us, and we've all experienced the helplessness of bad turbulence on a flight.
When you look at the issue of control, you know, we have a phrase about being behind the wheel as a means of control. When you're in a plane, you're not in control of events. When you're the subject of a terrorist attack, you have no control over what's happening. People have a sense of security, a false sense of security, when they're on the road because they are driving. Everyone thinks they're a great driver, and they just don't realize that their chances are just as good as anybody's of getting killed in traffic. People who don't understand the risk are much more likely to engage in even riskier behavior. So the things that tend to cause most traffic wrecks: speeding, drinking and driving, distractions, texting, talking on the phone. If you don't realize how dangerous that activity is of driving, then you're more likely to engage in even riskier activities that are going to put you more at risk. So, you know, if we were able to understand that risk, hopefully we would not do those things as often. The irony being that the psychologists say that we're probably incapable of really understanding that risk and comprehending it because our brains play a trick on us. If we realized how dangerous it was to get in a car every day, we would probably not be able to do it. So because we have to drive, we have to get where we're going, we just kind of fool ourselves into thinking it's not that dangerous.
A special report on the silent epidemic of traffic fatalities can be found in the April 28th edition of the Oklahoman, and more coverage online at newsok.com.